first. We're just about ready for racing on a warm day here in Sydney's West, about to get underway. Very dry conditions. Sovereign Hill, the first favourite, and they're off. They're racing, and Sovereign Hill jumped fairly. Counter-offensive won the start and races to a very narrow lead, but now Sovereign Hill bounds through the pack, and Sovereign Hill will take it up from Counter-offensive. Arts Alive, followed by Fortunes. Out deep is Marley, and Micro Magic's last of a bunch field. So Sovereign Hill's a narrow leader from Counter-offensive, and Fortunes in a three-wide position. Then Arts Alive fourth, the Rouse, a length to Micro Magic. Marley is the last one. Sovereign Hill has been easy in the market. Just shows the way from Counter-offensive, has been well supported to beat him. Followed by Arts Alive, Micro Magic and Fortunes making the turn a bit deep. Not travelling well as they straighten up. It's Sovereign Hill and Counter-offensive stride for stride. Sovereign Hill, the insider, Counter-offensive, wants to lay out under pressure. Arts Alive is poking through the middle, but Sovereign Hill shows a great kick inside the 150, and Sovereign Hill bounds away for a very impressive debut win. Beat Arts Alive and Counter-offensive third. Then Micro Magic, a gap back to Fortunes, who wanted to lay out on the corner and finish back last together with Marley.
The $280,000 son of Written Tycoon, Sovereign Hill, gets the win on debut. Might have been a touch easier to that $2.30 mark, but that was a pretty easy watch. Lobbed in the lead, gave a good kick at the top of the straight, and never gave anything else a chance. The colt looks promising. Another handy one. It added to the Waterhouse and Bott stable. Arts Alive has run well, certainly loomed into the race as though it may go past Sovereign Hill, but there was more in the locker with the favourite, wasn't there? Counter-offensive did a little bit wrong. I just wanted to lay in and shifted out in the straight. A little bit green, but ultimately bumped into one that was a bit too good. And Micro Magic has ultimately run fourth. 3, 4, 1 and 6. Nice win.
Yeah, you were rewarded too if you took the drift there. $2.30 on the New South Wales tote late. So everything went to script pretty much, went forward, controlled the race and gave a nice little kick. Wanted to just wander there late, but he's a talent, clearly. Just coming here off the one trial, 700 metres, onwards and upwards for him. They're all over the place in the straight there, as you would expect with these limited exposure. These babies will improve sharply off this. I thought Arts Alive, he had a chance in behind the speed, but she stuck to her guns pretty well. And I think you're right about the third horse there, Ben. So the money was there today, Counter-offensive. Good to see him jump on terms. He did miss the kick in his trial, settled outside the lead, and you thought coming into the home turn there, was going to give Sovereign Hill a run for his money, but he just wanted to get his head to the side, and he didn't really know what he was doing there. So he'll come on from that, but no denying the winner. Times and margins there at the finish, and an impressive debut for Sovereign Hill.
Yeah, he certainly looked a promising prospect off the back of the trial work, and we've seen that replicated here on race day. Just on Arts Alive as well, the daughter of Snitzel, as mentioned by Shani in the yard, a half to listed winner Pancho, and that was a promising debut. Sovereign Hill, though, miles too good for them. That was a nice debut.
Yeah, it certainly was. You know, I feel there's some nice improvement off the back of that. He sort of only had the one trial leading into this, and you could sort of just see that the race experience, the race day sort of getting to him a little bit there pre-race, but professional once he was out on the track and did it very well. So a couple of nice targets for him. A horse we want to try and get towards the Golden Gift.
Okay, perfect. That's the thing. These days there are some more two-year-old targets for these early two-year-olds beyond the couple of races like the Gym Crack and the Breeders that we saw a week or so ago.
Yeah, look, it's become a really important race on the program. Sort of a top finish in that sort of secures you a ticket into a race like the Golden Slipper in the autumn. So the fact is being able to come here today and get some important prize money on the board, get some experience, and they obviously ran good time there today, class record. So he's pretty sharp performance, and as I said, a lot more upside going forward.
What did you make of Fortunes?
I just didn't have much luck being caught wide there. Sort of found himself in a difficult position, probably still a little bit new. Another one that sort of just pre-race just sort of lost a bit of focus. So we'll go back to the drawing board with him.
Okay, nice to see 2 new acquisitions to the stable with those babies. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Adrian Bott gets another win, and geez, last year it seemed like they had 2-year-old winners time and time again, Shani, and they have another one here. And Adam Hieronymus, I'm sure, very happy with the work of the favourite there in Sovereign Hill.
Definitely, Adam sat on board this fella in a recent trial, and I know he was pretty confident coming here today with just how much ability this horse had. I commented that he just wasn't focused enough in the yard and he was a little bit above himself, but Hearing from Adrian, he's obviously going to take a lot from that, and he put pay to them, didn't he? It was a really comfortable effort on debut. He jumped in, put himself there, and he did everything right, just a little bit green over the concluding stages, and Adam did take a while to get back, so he must have taken a bit of pulling up. Ad, what did you think of this horse? I know you were pretty confident coming here.
Yeah, he's a very nice colt. Very confident coming today. He's improved a lot since his trial, so you know it's all new for him. He's come to a different track, and he did get hot in his trial before the trial, but didn't stop him from trialling so well. And I wasn't bothered when he sort of was a little bit revved up.
How much did he have left in the tank?
He had a lot. Just you know, a couple of things wrong. He doesn't have to lead, but just being so confident, just wanted to find the front, find the fence, and I'm sure if he had something to sort of go with him and challenge him at the top of the straight, would have sort of been able to hold him together for a little bit longer, and you would have seen more of an explosive turn of foot, but he's a very nice horse.
How's the track?
Yeah, great.
Thanks, Ed.
Cheers.
Thank you very much to Adam Hieronymus, who gets another win on the board with a very promising colt in Sovereign Hill. $2.30 in the end, so did get out of touch. Well done to anyone who showed patience and waited with this youngster. $2.30 and $1.45. Arts Alive has run really well for Brad Widdop. $3 a place in for second. Counter Offensive did a bit wrong, but there's certainly promise there. The 1 and Micro Magic in for fourth. 3, 4, 1 and 6, but another star 2-year-old by the looks of things added to that all-conquering stable of Waterhouse and Bop. One race down here at Warwick Farm.
Here's the 4-year-old going in. So Ambitious Creek moves in now, and we're ready to go. Maiden over 1,400 metres. They smashed the class record on the first, and the gates are back here. And the favourite flew out, Kaizad. Showed really sharp speed, and Kaizad's going to lead for fun. Wide out Ambitious Creek handy. Stand Guard is charging forward and firing up. Right behind them is Anderson Bridge from Heaven Bound trying to improve. Further back then on the inside to Miss Riley and Anderson Bridge. So Stand Guard racing pretty fiercely there at the 1,000 metres. Takes the lead by 2 lengths now on the favourite Kaizad. They do want to engage in a speed battle. Heaven Bound up in trip today is a lot closer in third. Then we've got a line of 4 as they go inside the 800 metres. Out deep as the roughie of the field, Ambitious Creek going forward. In advance of Anderson Bridge, Miss Riley. And Kirikan's last of a pretty bunch field now. 600 to go, Stand Guard in front by a half length to the favourite Kaizad. Then came Heaven Bound. Ambitious Creek's had enough. Kirikan takes off trying to get into the race, followed by Anderson Bridge. And Miss Riley there with a rails hugging ride. Coming around the turn, and Kaizad. Hieronymus goes full bore, trying to beat off Stand Guard. Kirikan's running on strongly on the outside now. It's Kaizad just the leader from Kirikan, getting the nose up in the air. It's Kaizad showing a good kick though. Inside the 200 metres, going strongly Kaizad, ripping away there from Kirikan, and Kaizad won it comfortably. Kirikan clung on to second, just in front of Miss Riley. Followed by Stand Guard, a gap back to Anderson Bridge. Heaven Bound weakened right out, as did Ambitious Creek.
Well, things didn't go exactly to plan A, but if you back Kaizad, it was still a pretty simple watch. What looked to be a lone leader, taken on in the lead by Stand Guard, but they stayed off the fence there. Amanda Turner's runner, Kathy O'Hara, in the saddle, and Kaizad was able to rail through at the top of the straight and ultimately kick clear. Kirikan, now, just got caught up in the gates at the start and missed it, maybe a length or two. It was a pretty big run in defeat, loomed into the race and then just had enough the last 100. Miss Riley's hit the line really well. If there's to be a black booker beyond the winner, it's undoubtedly her. Just out sprinted in the final 100 or so. She's really hit the line well, and in for fourth, the 8, that being Stand Guard, that horse that injected that little bit of speed that maybe we hadn't otherwise anticipated. 2, 6, 9 and 8.
An early double there to Gabe Waterhouse and Adrian Bott and Adam Hieronymus. And it was a pretty cool head there from Hippo. I can't imagine he would have thought there'd be a horse eyeballing him in the early stages. And it was the rank outside of the $41 chance who actually hung on pretty well there, stand guard, after over racing in the early stages. Yet he wasn't tempted to push the button. He thought, well, if you want to go crazy, I'll just take a trail in behind. As it turned out, he still slipped up the fence. And when he was under a bit of pressure there halfway down the straight, you thought, what have you got left in the tank? And it turns out he had plenty, and he rips clear to win pretty comprehensively on the line. Kirakan stuck to his task well after that slow getaway, as you say, Ben, and I 100% agree with your assessment regarding Miss Riley. She was the eye catcher. She was just left flat-footed, but look out once she gets out to 16 and 2,000 metres. She's a dead set a coming winner. So too good today, Kaizad, and the punters are on the board. They go bang-bang in the first two with the short price favourites.
Yep, 2 races down and an early double for this stable. Congratulations, nice win.
Yeah, thanks very much. Nice to see him put it all together today and produce a nice performance. Obviously, the riding was sort of on the board there with a couple of sort of handy performances coming here today. So good to see him capitalise on that.
Behaviourally, I feel as though he had it all together today because that horse came up on his outside, every chance to get excited over race, but he just stayed underneath Hippo.
Yeah, that's the encouraging thing about it. He's racing sort of like a seasoned horse now, and that opens up a few more options for him. He can be versatile like that. Sort of may even sort of open up a few race options in terms of distances. The way he can sort of settle, should be able to get out to a mile off the back of that. But he's got good tactical speed. He's certainly working into sort of a nice finished product for us.
All right, well done.
Thanks very much.
2 down, 2 wins. Hippo flying, as always. Keenan and Stand Aside in the next, Shani. They could go 3 from 3.
Yeah, we'll ask him for that in a moment. You rode him the other day and his run was good. The riding was on the board to come out and do that.
Yeah, last start, the track played a big factor in how he went. They sort of hit a very soft spot at the half mile at Rose Hill that day on the course proper, and really took the wind out of his sails. Firm track was the big key today.
In terms of going forward, how much further will he get?
I think he'll run 2,000. I don't have a problem with that, but obviously time will tell. He's relaxed each time he's come to the races. The other day he was a little bit nervy, but he was calm as horse around there today in this sort of hot weather, and I was really pleased behind the gates. He anticipated the start, and it was a big advantage for us, but he had to cope mid-race with the other horses, sort of putting pressure on him, but I just had to ride my own race and keep him as comfortable as possible because I knew that he'd pick up and find the line, so he's done a good job.
Stand Aside win?
Can't see why not.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
No, you certainly couldn't begrudge them the opportunity of taking out 3. They are absolutely flying. Kaizad was too good for them, too speedy. Up on speed, kicked away, never gave the others a chance. $1.70 and $1.24, $1.60 in the end on the New South Wales tote, $1.30 the place. Kirakan in for second, Miss Riley, the eye catcher, in for third, and Stand Guard injected that little bit of speed mid-race, but has ultimately stuck on pretty well into that 4th spot at a big price, belying that SP. 2, 6, 9 and 8, 2 races down at Warwick Farm.
Goes into the outside draw, and we're locked and loaded. Stand by for a start. And the gates are back there, off and racing. No speed by Lulu Mon off the inside, and the favourite Needs Some Luck jumped away really sharply. Races to the lead from New Forest, and Pajani not too far away, and Keenan. That's Keenan bursting to the front. Keenan in front by 2 lengths, with Needs Some Luck out wide on the outside of Pajani. New Forest down on the rails from Pipistrel, further back to Lulu Mon. Stand Aside well back, and Brian's Hope. So Keenan in front by 3/4. Pajani goes to a clear second, followed by New Forest on the inside of Needs Some Luck. Then came Pipistrel. Stand Aside back in the field, try to make ground at this point in advance of Lulu Mon, and Brian's Hope sees them all. It's Keenan trucking along to the bend, out by a half length on Pajani. Then came New Forest. Needs Some Luck's pulling out further back to Pipistrel as they straighten up now, and Keenan turns the corner in front from Pajani, and the favourite Needs Some Luck on the outside, running on well. Needs Some Luck moved up now and takes the lead from Keenan. It's Needs Some Luck with that big stride. A neck in front. Keenan's not done with. Keenan's coming back. Needs some luck ahead in front. Needs some luck. Needs the post and got it. Needs some luck ahead there to Keenan. A gap back to Pajanti third. And fourth there, not sure. Up on the inside, New Forest. Pip Estrella stand aside deep out. And a good gap back in the field to Lulu Mon, and Brian's Hope was last in.
Oh, I don't know if you want it again, but Need Some Luck gets the job done. Having sat 3 deep in the early stages, was able to push forward that little bit, maybe got a little bit of cover as they turned for home, and then gave a decent enough kick. But geez, Keenan, you know which stable they're from, Timmy Clark in the saddle. They're never going to hand it up, and made Need Some Luck work for it. In the end, they've gapped the third horse. There's about 3 or 4 lengths between them. That horse being Pajanti, which gets some money back for the each-way players, and it will be the 4 on my inspection, New Forest, which ultimately runs into that 4th spot. Just looking at the bob, and that will be the case. So 3, 2, 10 and 4.
Brave win, wasn't it? So he came out and justified the fact that he was sent around as an odds-on favourite, covered ground, was in for the fight there when the race fit Keenan gave a kick and just looked like he was going to come back and be in for the fight, but he was a little bit too good at the finish. It needs some luck, and he can go right on with the job now, dare I suggest. He's looked nice and tractable there, and he was in for the fight, so he's got all the hallmarks of a horse that can go through the grades. Keenan, he has to be a coming winner off that, so yeah, he was brave himself out in front, and good gaps back through the field, which you want to see. Pajanti, I still think she's a nice filly. She just lost the compass there when the pressure went on, yet to her credit, she held off the rest of the field pretty comfortably at the finish. So maybe looking for a touch further at this point, but I wouldn't completely drop off her. But Needs Some Luck, a good win, justified the quote, and he's on the board.
Well, just on the times, Bradley, and we haven't got confirmation of them yet, but I'll make sure to shout it down the line when we do. 108.66 was the track record. 108.72 is what they've run here for a horse that was 3 wide early doors and then has been, well, essentially had to run around them at the top of the straight and run down that early leader. So it is playing fast, this track. It is a good 3. We got upgraded retrospectively to include race 1. But I'm sure that was a performance that put a smile on this fella's face. Pete Snowden, Needs Some Luck. Didn't have a heap of it, truth be told, but a nice win.
No, he did a good job, actually. Just for looked like he was going to get a great run at the end, but he was always 3 deep throughout. So, look, he's got a fair bit of improvement to come. He'll need to. I just thought he might have won a bit better than that. But look, a win's a win, and we'll take it no matter how it comes. But I'm sure there's more to come with this bloke.
I'm sure you'd be pleased to see 3 to 4 lengths between second and third as well. They've gapped the remainder.
Yeah, as I said, to me he switched off a bit too the last 100 metres. He didn't really knuckle down like he should have, but that'll come with time. And hope we don't have to geld him. He's a lovely colt, and be good to keep him that way. But if his attitude goes the other way, won't be the owners. They're very good. And we want to do the horse. They're pleased to do it. But it's good to have a good one for Edwina. She's been a good sticker in the stable, her and Kyle, and to get a nice horse like this is a privilege.
Well done. Good win.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you to Peter Snowden. Over to you, Shani.
Thanks. Well, Ryan, about the 200 metre mark, I said, well, what a win this is going to be. And then no sooner did Keenan fight back, but it was a tough effort from him.
Yeah, 100%. He had to do the hard way, and obviously Gays are very hard to get past and stay there. They always fight back. They're always fit. So this bloke, he's a lovely bred colt. He's got a lovely demeanour about him. Like I said, he had to do it the hard way today, but he's got a bit of X factor about him, and he didn't begin brilliantly. And the last thing I wanted to do was sort of give him a push, because in his trial he did overdo it a little bit, so I was just reluctant to do that, but his ability got him over the line. Did
you always feel like you were the winner?
Yeah, I did. I think he appreciates probably a little bit more cut in the ground too, but like I said, he's got a bit of X factor about him, and yeah, he's got a nice, lovely pedigree to boot, so hopefully he can go and get a bit of black type for your connection.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, great insight there, Shani, with Ryan Maloney. Needs Some Luck, as he mentioned, wasn't the best away, and he was hesitant to push the button and get up on speed straight away, because the horse has shown a habit, particularly at the trials, of throwing that head around and just over-racing its hut. So more important, just to keep Needs Some Luck calm and have something left at the business end, and as it turned out, they needed it. Needs Some Luck, the 3 beats the 2, Keenan, Pajanti for third, New Forest 4th, and confirmation of that time, 108.72, so yeah, 0.06 outside of the track record on this good 3 track. They are absolutely flying along. It was a neck in the end, the margin, and some 3 to 4 lengths between second and third. 3, 2, 10 and 4, a few races down here at Warwick Farm.
James McDonald trying to switch the luck there. Light is on. Ready to go. Off and racing in the fourth here at Warwick Farm, and Golden Passport wide out jump well. Yoda was nice into stride. Father's Day's handy on the rails together with his Falling Down and Shafty. Going right down towards the rails now is Classic Deal in the early part. Now in the second half of the field we've got Casual Connection in front of the favourite Shadow Park, wedged away on the fence by Apache Burla, and the last two Karma Zone and Only Love. Father's Day on the fence being challenged here by Yoda on the outside. Yoda draws level, but Father's Day's not giving up the lead without a fight. Is Falling Down goes to a clear third, and Shafty fourth the rails. Golden Passport ridden with a bit of cover off the speed today in fifth. They're followed after 2 lengths to Classic Dealer. On the inside of Casual Connection. Further back to Shadow Park on the inside of Apache Bella. And the last two Karma Zone and Only Love, who's nailed to the fence. So they've gone well inside the mile mark now. And Father's Day looking to bounce back to some winning form. Leads inside the 1,400 metres by a half length on Yoda, has been well supported today and is tugging along outside the leader. Is Falling Down, this last up winner at big odds. Gets the run of the race third, the rails and the inside of Golden Passport. Shafty drifts back to fifth now, 3 back the fence on the inside of Casual Connection. They're followed after 2 lengths to Classic Deal, who gets well back in the field together with Apache Bell. Now Shadow Park is third last from Karma Zone, and Only Love whips them in. They've got 1,000 metres to run, and Father's Day, the front runner, out by a length on Yoda, followed by his Falling Down. Then Golden Passport has had a pretty good run all the way. Further back to Shafty and Casual Connection. Now a gap of 3 or 4 lengths has opened up on the rest. Apache Bell, Karma Zone, Shadow Park. McDonough wants to get cracking there on the favourite Shadow Park, and he goes back down towards the rail, starting to make some ground. Coming to the turn, Father's Day in front. Now the move from Golden Passport comes. Golden Passport moved up on the outside of Yoda, and Father's Day is Falling Down fourth. Now where's the favourite Shadow Park trying to slice through the field? Doing so now, but still 5 off the lead. Straightening up. Golden Passport moved up to race to the front. Golden Passport a length and a half clear. Now Karma Zone's coming home down the outside. Is Falling Down in Casual Connection. Shadow Park going through a gap. Golden Passport just in front. Here they come, swarming on the outside. Casual Connection got there today. Casual Connection's won it. I'd say is Falling Down maybe second from Golden Passport or Karma Zone, and a real typical finish of a staying race here at Warwick Farm. The right across the track. Then Apache Bell. Shadow Park's missed out again. Then came Yoda from Only Love, Father's Day, Shafty. Let's have a look at this. Casual.
Yeah, Casual Connection. He deserved that as they get to the line. I reckon he gets in by a head or so in the end, Casual Connection. We talked to John Sargent pre-race about taking those blinkers off. He thought the horses to his outside were just catching him off guard, and he needed to see them there. Well, he saw Karma Zone and decided he was in for the battle. The 2 takes it out. I reckon it is Falling Down. Might just stick the beak down in time to get second. It's in a photo there with Karma Zone, the 5 on the outside, and the 10 may well run third or fourth. I reckon it's tight between the 5 and the 10 for that mantle. So 2, 7, and then a photo 5 and 10. Brad?
Well, busy finish, wasn't it? What's there ahead between first and fourth? A blanket go across the line, but a masterstroke from John Sargent to take the shades off, and he was beaten by a similar margin 2 starts ago, but he gets his head down when it counts, and he very much was in for the fight when the race was there to be won and lost. The story for the favourite, I think he was a little bit unlucky. He did have Classic Deal just fall in his lap at a critical point in the race. He was ducking and weaving, never really got a clear passage, and he was only beaten a narrow margin. So another hard luck story to tell for Chateau Park. Don't take anything away from the horse. The things just didn't fall into place. But when you've got a pattern like him, I guess that can be the case. But confirmation of the numbers, 2, 7, 5 and 10. Casual Connection gets the verdict today.
Yeah, certainly did. So just a heads up on what transpired there. Classic Deal, who Shani was quite keen on from the yard, just had a drama and was eased up out of the race with about 400-500 to go. Fell into the lap of the favourite there in Chateau Park, who just lost a couple of crucial lengths before they turned for home. Really struggled to get into the race from that point on, but Casual Connection is always up there, boxing on, making its own luck and taking the blinkers off. Well, he certainly saw where the opposition were today. John?
Yeah, I thought it was a masterstroke by the trainer doing that. But you can see what I mean. He was beaten even before the turn, but he saw them and he fought with them today, and Lee rides him a treat.
Absolutely does. So you had Karmazone up on the outside. I thought he got out-sprinted a touch, but it was that toughness and that staying pedigree late.
Yeah, that's right. He's from Mapley Stud in New Zealand, complacence, and they stay all day, and they just need time. He didn't start racing until he was 4, so he should be onwards and upwards for the next couple of years in these type of races, I think.
All right, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, good patience as well from the team with Casual Connection. As I said, he's been knocking on the door, a couple of minor placings. Already had, what are we? This was start number 6, this preparation, Shani. So, and I think John raises a good point. If you get to this calibre, these benchmark 72s over the 2,000, 2,200, 2,400, there are races for you all year in Sydney with good prize money.
They are. He'll just keep going up in the weights, which won't help him. Lee's been aboard this fella in his last 2. Who gets the tick for taking the blinkers off? Was it you or John?
I think it was a mutual agreement. I just said to Serge, I just don't think he can see the runners. When they come up to him and he said, I think you're right. So it was good today. Went barrier 11, we able to get 3 back, 1 off, and Timmy made a move a bit early on going passport, and we just able to get on his back and ground down late.
He doesn't look like he has a turn of foot. He keeps going, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's hard work. He always kind of bet him the whole race, but no, he's good. He's going well. He's a model of consistency.
You've pulled up blowing harder than the horse. Well done.
So.
Well done to Lee McGorry, and he does a fantastic job, as John Sargent mentioned. Gets a win there with Casual Connection. Is falling down. Well, led throughout last time and ridden cold, almost got the job done again here for Kathy O'Hara. That would have been one hell of a performance with completely different race shapes to salute twice in a row, but ultimately goes down narrowly. $4 a place. Karmazone, $4.20 in for third. Loom to win the race, but just couldn't quite stay that last little bit with the other 2, and Golden Passport will run fourth. 2, 7, 5 and 10. 4 races down. First.
He finished 4th here a few weeks ago, is the favourite. And the light is on. We're ready to go. Stand by for a break. Racing. Chinuchori jumped really well. And Chinuchori is going to lead early from Iowa. Louvois goes to 3rd, and right around the outside is Spaltet. Is awkwardly positioned early with the roughy Sonic Tycoon going forward underneath. Then came the favourite Yasuki parking on the outside of Tags. Yasuki might have got close to heels there. It's a real clump behind the leader. A gap back in the field then to Pervade, followed by Amanda Boss and Osbred Rising Suns last. Chinuchori leads there for Josh Parr. Plenty happening behind, and the roughy Sonic Tycoon strides up into a clear second. Then came Iowa on the inside of Louvois. Spaltet trying to get in advance there of Tags on the rouse, and Yasuki's a length behind. 2 further back to Pervade, and a gap to Amanda Boss and Osbred Rising Sun. So Chinuchori getting it his own way in the lead, and he's got protection there from the roughy Sonic Tycoon at the moment doing the chasing. Then came Iowa from Louvois. Spaltet's deeper out with Tags underneath being reined along a long way out. Further back then to Yasuki. It gives away a fair start as they race inside the 450, and Chinuchori Parr ups the ante now, slides 2, 3 lengths in front. Iowa giving chase under plenty of pressure, and then came Louvois. Spaltet's had a tough run. Yasuki's very poorly positioned at the moment. Chinuchori's well clear though, inside the 250. Pervade's the only danger. It's coming home with a good run, but Chinuchori 4 lengths in front of Pervade, and then came Louvois, and it's Chinuchori all the way. Won it by 2.5 to Pervade. Tags ran the 3rd, followed up by Louvois. Yasuki's made some headway when clear. Further back to Amanda Boss. Spaltet had a very difficult run overall from Osbred Rising Sun. Oh, Iowa dropped right out, and so did Sonic Tycoon.
Geez, have a look at that price. $3.20 for a horse that was $4.80 when they first opened this morning. On the NOP, it's been Crunch, Chantel Buckley's pick of the yard, Lobs, and Chinuchori leads throughout. Josh Parr, how often do we say it, rating that horse to perfection. Pervade has made ground when not too many others did. Nice run from the back in for second. Tags was just strung up a little bit in behind horses, settled 4-back fence, and from there you're always going to require a little bit of luck. That horse and Louvois have run on into third and fourth respectively, but 8, 1, 7 and 5. Chinuchori, miles too good for them, Bradley.
Yeah, and if you back Chinuchori, you were pretty happy with yourself halfway through. Once he got to the front, once he got control, he settled beautifully, backed off in the middle stages, and that saw it get a little bit messy for those in behind. A couple of the well-fancy runners, including Yasuki, just got strung up. He got onto heels, got it awkwardly placed. Spaltet was covering ground, never got any cover, and he was out there and just leading them a merry dance. So he's a fit horse. He got control and he gave a nice kick and won by a space. Pervade, he looks ready now. Good to see him bounce back to his best form. He's got his hoof on the till for something next time out. He should have no excuses fitness-wise. Tags continues to race well, and Louvois, ridden with a sit today, he boxed away okay at the finish. So a few you can forgive, but no denying the winner, simply too good.
Well, I'm joined by Glenn Lobb, who we spoke to pre-race, and then it's weird, pre-race there was no sign of Björn Baker. Suddenly the horse wins, and here he is showing his face. I don't know whether he was a little slow into stride after a big night on the boat last night, but Björn, good to see you and congratulations.
No, I was here. It's always a competition. He loves the camera nearly as much as me, Mr. Lobb.
In slight defence of him, I had to hunt him out, so I will defend him here and say you were nowhere to be found, and he answered the call. Glenn, actually, I'll let you speak here. That was nice work, wasn't it? Up on speed.
Yeah, it was. That's his go. You know, jump and run along. Geez, I hope Josh can do the same thing on Saturday with Overpass. That'd be terrific. But this little horse, he's gone from strength to strength. You know, he's qualified now for the Little Dance, like I said before. You know, he's second at Bathurst. Was probably unlucky. So, but he's just getting better and better. And geez, the Little Dance will look like a good race for him.
Absolutely, perfect race for him. Let's just touch on Saturday, Björn, ahead of after last night. Drawn barrier 2, you must have been absolutely ecstatic with that.
Yeah, I wasn't overly worried, but I think it's probably the quicker way home, and he looks to probably put himself there a little bit easier. So, no, looking forward to Saturday. Good to see, I guess, Josh riding a winner here too. So I said this is a warm-up for Saturday. It's worked out really well.
It certainly has. Do you see anything trying to be a fly in the ointment and just inject a bit of speed outside you in the race on Saturday?
Yeah, it's a $20 million race. You've got 12 of the best jockeys in the world, so there's a little bit to play out. It's not going to be easy. We're going to need our guy at his absolute best to be competitive, no doubt.
All right, well done here. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck for Saturday. Shani, we'll come to you. I'm sure Josh Parr so excited ahead of Saturday for what hopefully will transpire exactly how that did.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well done, Josh. First day back after that little incident that you had here. How's the head?
Yeah, the head seems to be okay. I've made a little joke that it seems to be better than it was, so I might be in all right shape now.
Knock some sense into you. That fellow raced well. He just bowled along, did his thing, and it was a nice, strong win.
Yeah, it certainly was. It's possibly my favourite setup. A fit horse back in distance like that. It means you can be that little bit aggressive on them and be confident that at the back end of the race, because they've gone that further distance, they're going to be nice and strong for you, which this horse was.
The Little Dance looks like a really nice race for him now.
Yeah, that's right. I get confused with these dances and Everest and mountains and valleys and whatnot, but the prize money's there, so let's have a crack.
Were you tuning in last night? Were you happy with the draw? I guess you would have been ecstatic, to be honest.
Yeah, spot on. I was rapt. I was hopeful for a barrier that would enable me to find the fence really quickly, and barrier 2 does that with I Wish I'll Win beside me. I was keen to draw to the inside of Cylinder also, because he's one horse with really good gate speed. So it all looks good. We've got a fit, healthy horse. Bjorn and his team have prepared him perfectly. He's had a faultless preparation, so let's hope it all pays off.
I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but have you sort of thought, how would you celebrate if you would happen to win?
No, it's not so much the celebration. I am one to visualise things, and I think that helps with my preparation, and I've certainly visualised how the race is going to play out, and I'm comfortable with the result that I've visualised.
Well, no doubt you've got yourself winning. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, congratulations to Josh Parr. A nice win there, and of course a great ride with Overpass on Saturday. And I dare say there are several jockeys who've been manifesting over the past few weeks and even months in the lead up towards this Everest, and he's one of those. I'm sure he's played the race out 500 times in his head already, and it's only Wednesday. Saturday is still a way off yet. Chinuchori at $3.70 and $1.55 gets the victory. Pervade at $3.60 in for second. Tags at $2.20 and Louvois in for fourth. Pick of the Yard gets home. Led throughout. Number 8, Too Good. 8, 1, 7 and 5. First leg of the quaddie down.
Been a good day for well-tried horses here overall. They're off and racing now. And Miss Lenore's right out the back in the early part. 4 for Cindy about midfield. And Look Only jumped pretty sharply on the outside of a Raleigh. Let Me Rain, and then 4 for Cindy. Modern Millie on the rails. Further back then to Smart Little Miss. It had to be Zoo Wider Out getting a bit keen. A gap to Miss Lenore. And Stray is being very conservatively ridden right out the back as Look Only, the bolter of the field, leads the way by a length and a half. A Riley getting a bit keen on its back with Let Me Rain the outside. 4 for Cindy goes into fourth, and a clear one at that in front of Modern Millie. Then came It Had to Be Zoo from Smart Little Miss Lenore, and 3 lengths to Stray. Last is about 12 off the lead, so Look Only in front by a length now. Let Me Rain goes to a clear second from a Raleigh, and the heavily back favourite 4 for Cindy, fourth, 1 out, 1 back. Then came Modern Millie, a half the outside. It Had to Be Zoo from Smart Little Miss Lenore, and last of all Stray hooking to the outside around the turn. Look Only, Let Me Rain, and now McDonald says let's go on. 4 for Cindy moving up, going after the leaders, and 4 for Cindy joins Let Me Rain. Then Modern Millie, a Raleigh running on fairly well behind them, but 4 for Cindy inside the 150 gets the upper hand. 4 for Cindy, a length and a half clear. 4 for Cindy's going to win it. Let Me Rain kicked on for second. Modern Millie third, just in front of Smart Little Miss and a Raleigh. Further back to Look Only. It Had to Be Zoo as a touch keen early and didn't close off. Stray got too far back, and Miss Lenore finished back with it.
4 for Cindy, pretty painless watch. Lobbed into the 1-1, peeled out at the top of the straight. James McDonald said go, and she had too much for them. That's pretty much all that needs to be said. $1.70 and $1.20. Photo for second, I did think that the 9 might hold on. That was Let Me Rain, who was enormous outside the leader, and one that we chatted to Cherie pre-race. Shani gave it a good push. Brad didn't think it was without chance today either. It's ultimately run second there, so a big run there. 1-9 and a photo to confirm third spot, but 4 for Cindy, Too Good.
Painless, wasn't it? In behind the speed, 1 out, 1 back. James McDonald just peeled out there and took a few strides to warm up, but that last little bit really asserted her dominance, so she'll be better again. Third up out to the mile, and there might be something in store for her over the coming weeks and months in a little bit better. Of the beaten brigade, Let Me Rain was good. She was nice and sharp first up. She'll be improved as she gets out over further. A Raleigh, you can be forgiving, was just strung up in between runners. Modern Millie, she can only improve off that, returning in foal. And Smart Little Miss, she was the eye catcher. She so often is, just got strung up herself in between runners and was really hitting the line late. There is something around the corner for her, but we say that every time she races. But 4 for Cindy, 4 favourites today at Warwick Farm, 4 short price favourites, and they've all got the cash.
1, 9, 4 and 5. Yes, spot on. Favourite backers are having a day out today. And good to see the O'Shea stable getting another win here. 4 for Cindy, lobbed into the 1-1. You must have been oozing confidence as he just rubs it into Shani that she may not have been on top in Pick of the Yard.
Oh, she gets it right most of the time. So, no, really pleasing. She's come back from autumn and winter preparation. She was 4th in a carbine. We pressed on to the Queensland Carnival and sort of go out to the Roses, but she looks really sharp in these first 2 races. So, it'll be interesting to see what sort of trip she does get to this preparation. But she looks to have a bright future.
Okay, beautiful. Well done to you.
Thank you.
Righto, thanks very much to Tom. Shani, I will defend you here. If you see one that's particularly hard in the market, you'll quite often give them a push and say, hey, it looks like it should be hard in the market, it looks good, but your job is to pick the best looking one and quite often you look for value.
Well, what's the point of tipping a $1.70 favourite? I mean,
Spot on.
I'm not going to get any points for tipping one, and then I get bagged if I don't tip it. So I really can't win, Ben. But there was certainly nothing wrong with her. She'd come on beautifully from her first up run, which we knew she was always going to, and I think she was just a class above the rest of the field that she met today. So a nice dominant win. Have you had much to do with this, girl?
Not a lot, but she gave me a terrific field, to be honest with you, and she'll only improve probably with the cut out of the ground as well as up and trip it a little bit further, but got a good turn of foot and she was good today.
You're a winner, a fair way out?
Yeah, she was. As soon as we lobbed into a nice rhythm and good spot, she was always going to dash late.
Well done.
Yeah, congratulations to James McDonald. He was very, very short in the Jockey Challenge this morning, around the $1.25 mark. He picks up 3 points there with Fall for Cindy. Let Me Rain has run a bottler, $3.70 a place for the Curtis team. Modern Million for third at $3.40, and then Smart Little Miss completing that first four. So even though the favourite saluted, it is a juicy enough first four, 680 plus. So you've done well if you threw a couple of wide ones in for the exotics. Fall for Cindy, too good. 2 legs of the quaddie down.
Just about right to go. Racing now. Divine Glory left well, so did Silence R from the wide draw, looking for the lead, and gets it from Dollar Magic, Lavish Empire, and then Divine Glory. Immortals pushing through towards the inside. Thunderlick carts it through, followed by Cool Lad, Ship Shape, and Cordone in that clump. 3 lengths away to Growl. Then came Epicus and Construction Masters last. Silence R has been heavily backed in the last 5 minutes. Takes the lead from Dollar Magic, followed by Cool Lad striding to third without cover. Lavish Empire next from Thunder Lips. Then came Immortal from Divine Glory, Ship Shape, Cordone. 2 lengths for the back to Growl, Epicus, and forget about Construction Master. Silence R leads narrowly coming to the turn from Dollar Magic, Cool Lad. Lavish Empire stalking coming to the bend, followed by Thunder Lips. Then came Ship Shape, and Cordone hooks right to the outside. Into the straight now, and Dollar Magic really lays it down to Silence R. Dollar Magic put the head in front from Silence R. Thunder Lips running on well behind them. Then came Divine Glory. It's Dollar Magic and Silence R. Silence R's fighting back on Dollar Magic. Nothing in this. They hit it. Dead heat. Can't split them. Silence R, Dollar Magic. I think Divine Glory third. Then came Growl. Epicus closing off late. Then Lavish Empire. Further back, Ship Shape, Thunder Lips. Cordone didn't run on. Then came Immortal from Cool Lad and Construction Master.
Oh, it's a mighty tight go. A mighty, mighty tight go. Dollar Magic and Silence R, they are fighting it out tooth and nail. You've got the horse on the inside, the 4, Silence R. The horse on the outside, number 7, Dollar Magic. And to my eye, it looked like Dollar Magic might have just got the beak down in time. But as we have a look at the low angle, it's favouring the inside, and it'll get there by a pimple, Bradley. An absolute pimple on the inside. And I tell you what, that's been headed. So it's a brave performance by Silence R. 4th up from a break for Ryan and Alexiou. Tim Clark in the saddle just gets the beak down in time. The 11 will run third, and it's tight between the 9 and the 2 for that 4th spot. But I dare say that could be Growl, first up from a break, who hit the line well for Team Snowden.
Yeah, busy finish, but those two that settled down on speed fought it out. So as this track dries out here at Warwick Farm, getting harder and harder to make ground. So those that did catch the eye late, like Epicus, certainly follow with some confidence going forward. But the right race for Silence R today, a lovely ride there. His asset is his speed, and that's how they rode him. So he gets the verdict, gets his nose down right on the line, and lands some good bets. $6.50 into $4.60 on the NOP and $4 on the New South Wales tote. That's more like the Dollar Magic we know. Spears forward, and she was in for the fight. Fantastic run from her. Second up, Divine Glory caught the eye late. Growl was the one poking up the fence. Ship Shape had no luck. So a bit to unpack in the race, but no denying the winner. He gets the nose down when it counts.
All right, Bradley, 4, 7, 11, so really tight. A pimple between them, but Silent Star gets the chockies. And how about the price in the end? So top fluck around the $7 mark and closes $4.60 SP and $4 tab fixed odds. Dollar Magic in for second, and then we have Divine Glory ultimately snatching third spot from number 9, which was Growl. So it's just been pipped for that, but I reckon it's one that may make its way into a few black books. Sounds as though Brad's already thrown about 4 or 5 horses into the mix there. Gerald Ryan just making his way over here. Silent Star's done a great job, overcome a wide draw, up on speed, and brave as the day is long.
That best front runner rider on, but you know, that's why you ride front runners. They draw wide, you begin positive and show your hand and get him the rest, and he can kick. He's a brave little horse. He's no star, but he's a brave horse who doesn't know how to lay down, and purposely, I reckon, he's only his stable mate that beat him at Rosehill the other day. But honest little horse, tries hard.
I must admit, I thought Dollar Magic might have pipped it. Be honest, did you think he'd won?
I always watch right upstairs and always favour the outside horse, but I think from been watching it for 20 years, I thought he'd just bobbed, you know, yeah.
You're a genius. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Well done to Gerald Ryan, forever the optimist too, but he knew it had got home, albeit by a very narrow margin there, Shani, and I think the credit that he gives is completely fair enough. Tim Clark is heralded as one of the best front-running riders in the country, and that was another example there.
Yep, nice ride there from Tim. He's a speedy customer, and he pings those gates and he just puts himself in good spot.
Yeah, it takes bad luck out of the equation, doesn't it? You know, when they can put themselves in a race, and he, you know, when he was joined, he really fought hard, and you know, I wasn't confident on the line, but he, regardless of the result, he was pretty game all the way up the straight.
Going forward, is sort of this grade, maybe Saturday grade when the carnival's not on?
Yeah, maybe when the carnival's over, and you know, maybe even, you know, when he comes back again next prep, he might be a bit more mature, and I'm sure that won't be his last win.
Well done, Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to Tim Clark. Gets success there with Silent Star, horse number 4. And that is the penultimate done and dusted here at Warwick Farm. That's career victory number 3 at start number 11. And first win right here at Warwick Farm for that.
Divine Vicky balances up now. We're ready. And we're racing down the last. Ballroom Bella jumped well with Fire Lane on the outside. Afterlight going forward in a wide position, and Welcome Gypsy is spearing along the rails. Together with Shadows of Love going tabs with it early. There followed back in the field to Untouchable Legend. Florida Sky out deep from Divine Vicky, Queen Una. A gap then to IPO from Waikiki and Pink Baroque's last of all. Ballroom Bella just the leader. Welcome Gypsy probing through on the rails. Afterlight in a 3-wide position. Fire Lane out very deep. Shadows of Love in the middle of the ruck there from Divine Vicky back on the rails. Then Untouchable Legend going forward as they come up to the home turn. So it's Welcome Gypsy right up on the inside of Ballroom Bella. Afterlight being cuddled in a 3-wide position. Then came Fire Lane, Shadows of Love, Untouchable Legend. Waikiki looking for room. Afterlight moved up to Ballroom Bella. Just in front now. Here's Fire Lane, keeps coming the outside. Ballroom Bella and Fire Lane now. Fire Lane gets up to win it just. Fire Lane nosed out Ballroom Bella, and IPO getting up to run third. In front of Afterlight, Shadows of Love, Divine Vicky, Waikiki. Then Untouchable Legend, Pink Baroque, Welcome Gypsy compounded, Florida Sky, and Queen Una was last to clock in. Fire Lane.
Oh, it's Fire Lane for Brad Widdop, who's caused an upset in the last leg of the quaddie. $21.30 on the local tote. And Jet Stanley, who seems to be riding midweek city winners for fun, he gets the chockies. Geez, nothing went right for the well-supported favourite in Afterlight. Trapped 3 deep throughout, has eventually faded out to ultimately run 4th. It's really tight for the minors between the 12 and the 11, that being Ballroom Bella and, of course, IPO down the outside. It could well be the horse on the inside, the 12, so I imagine 2, 12, 11 and 6 across the line.
We'll have to check, but that may have been Jet's only ride of the day today, and he's got the job done. So a lovely steer, just got on the back of a 3-wide running line. Afterlight was out there doing all the hard yards, and she said, thank you very much, drawn tricky, but got a bit of cover, and wasn't she there in the straight, despite giving a bit of weight today to some pretty seasoned mares. So came back in grade, that did the trick. She's been running around in Rosebuds, in Furiouses and Heritage. So the gamble today was the gate, but that was offset by a lovely ride, just finding that 3-wide running line. So it was a busy finish. Ballroom Bella continues to race well as she goes through the grades. Afterlight, you can be a touch forgiving. She did travel deep throughout. And IPO, a nice return to form, was really charging through the line. Even Waikiki was hitting the line that last little bit. She'll be suited over a touch further in time. But in for the fight, a classy filly, hence why she carried the number 2 saddlecloth here, Ben.
Yeah, Fire Lane for Brad Widdop. I'm sure he's very happy with what he's seen there. Fire Lane back to its best, 4th up from a break. Nice performance.
Yeah, look, she hasn't been back in this sort of grade probably ever. So, you know, tough win. It's great to win for Mr. Hunt and Benny, big supporters of mine, so it's fantastic. Great ride by Jet. You know, he showed, you know, it was a very patient ride from a wide draw. He began well and just let her, you know, sit wide, and he waited, and look, she dug deep, so it was fantastic.
If you're going to have one ride for the day, you might as well make it a good one like that. So congrats to Jet. We'll hear from him in a tick. Let's go back a little bit in time to that maiden win. So your horse manages to beat another one who, as it turns out, is going around in an Everest come Saturday. There's been a lot happen in between, but Fire Lane, the ability's always been there.
Yeah, she has. And look, she had a big 2-year-old season, and we probably pulled up before the slippers. She just wasn't right to go, and you know, she's raced okay this time through, but look, we just got her back in grade today, and you know, it was great to see her win.
Oh, fantastic work. Hope you got a piece of the 20s. Well done.
Yeah, I did.
I thought that smile might have had a bit of cash behind it. Well done to Brad Widdop. Gets the chockies there. So pretty hot maiden when you look at things with Cylinder and Co in there, but Jet Stanley with a nice ride.
Yeah, well done, Jet. It's unfortunately you get me today. That was a really nice win.
Yeah, it was. You know, we didn't draw any luck with the barrier. Widest of all wide, and you know, just didn't plan in our way, and she did get stuck wide, but luckily it's only a dog leg, and she didn't have to do too much. You know, she kept herself into a rhythm and just was able to hold her around the corner for that one late last sprint, and she really found the line and motored through it.
Were you confident when you got on the back of James to bring you into the race that you were a winner at about the top of the straight?
Yeah, absolutely. When I seen him asking for his horse and I was still travelling, I knew I had him going, and I was just worried about what was coming from behind. So, you know, when she hit the front, she just kept going, was able to attack off all the fine finishes.
So you outrode your 3 kilo claim, you're down to 2, so that's win number 21 in town.
Yeah, it is Metro win number 21, first 2 kilo win and first 2 kilo ride, so lucky can get the monkey off the back about that one.
Keep it up.
Thank you.